Fox 40 News at 10 continues.
Children selling themselves for sex on the streets of Sacramento. Who is stepping in to help them? Federal and local authorities are admitting now that not enough is being done to help these young girls escape this destructive lifestyle.
Yes, but there is a growing movement now aimed at trying to change that. Louisa Hodges in South Sacramento with the final part of her investigation on child prostitution. Louisa?
Teenagers have been walking these dark streets for years, turning tricks in the dark. But recently, a group of concerned community members have started to shed light on what's happening to them and are fighting for their lives. They're not hard to find.
If I do see you out here again, I'll arrest you for loitering. Okay, loitering for intent to prostitute.
The streets they walk on, the bus stops they loiter near, and the hotel rooms where they turn tricks become a part of everyday life. But just as familiar are the insides of courtrooms, the cells of juvenile hall. Like most judges, referee Carol Chrisman puts on a robe every day and walks into a courtroom. But that's where the line blurs. She believes the defendants in her cases are both criminal and victim.
Most of our child prostitutes are former dependent children, which means that they were removed from their parents due to abuse or neglect. Many times it's been sexual abuse.
She frequently faces the decision of locking the girls up with much tougher and more violent criminals, or letting them go and watching them run back to the streets.
We don't have intensive counseling services available. They can go to their neighborhood center, but there aren't very many counselors that really understand the complex issues.
The reason, she says, is that too many people view child prostitution as a victimless crime.
Why waste your time? She's a prostitute. It's not worth our time. You're not going to help her. Referee Chrisman, you can't save them all. And I'm not so naive to think that we're going to save everyone, but we have to try in the juvenile court. You have to try to make a difference.
Jenny Williamson is working to build a home where child prostitutes can get the proper treatment, education, and escape from this paralyzing lifestyle.
A home with 50 acres of land and wide open spaces and white picket fences and horses and dogs and cats. It's to give them a family. It's to give them what they've never had. 11 and 12 and 13-year-old children do not want to live on the street.
There are currently only 4 homes like this in the entire country, none in Sacramento.
There is no one that is out there making sure these children are taken care of. There's no one out there looking for them on the street.
She believes there is only one way to stop a destructive cycle, and that is to start a new one.
All of us who care, who have children, we've got to see these kids as our own because no one claims them.
The organization trying to help these young girls is called Courage to Be You. The goal is to build a recovery house far enough away from the city so the girls can't run, but close enough to the city so they can still make it to court.
Very interesting indeed. Louisa, you spoke to some of the former child prostitutes, but did you get a chance to talk to any of the child prostitutes who are on the streets tonight?
You know, Jaime, I can say it was very difficult to do that. The pimps are not far away from where these prostitutes are. They're watching them all the time. They're in their cars. In fact, one of the times we approached one of the prostitutes with an FBI agent, one of the pimps walked up to us and he had his hands in his sleeve like he may have had a weapon, kind of approached us, and at that point I think he realized that this was a federal agent and he kind of left us alone. But as you can tell, a very, very challenging situation to try to go out here and talk to some of these prostitutes.
And that gives us a good indication of how difficult it is for these young girls to try to get out of this line of work as well, because they're being watched very, very closely. Louisa, thank you so much for that interesting report.
And if you'd like more information on child prostitution and how you can get involved in fixing the problem, go to fox40.com and click on quick links. And don't miss Louisa's in-depth interview on Sacramento's prostitution problem this weekend. It is a special In Focus Sunday morning at 9 right here on Fox 40.
The Prop 8 debate has pitted